To punish the South African government, Trump didn't just stop at aid cuts, he also brought a plan to resettle white South Africans in the United States.
Trump's offer to resettle Afrikaner farmers just took a wild turn. A new update is shaking things up, and it's way bigger than anyone expected. What just happened has leaders stunned and the world watching.
As per Trump, white South Africans are victims of human rights violations.
So this situation that's been simmering for years has now exploded in a way no one expected. Right after this unexpected move from the US, Trump's critics are firing back, accusing him of playing racial politics and calling it a direct attack on South Africa's sovereignty. Reactions are flooding in, and the global fallout might be even bigger than anyone predicted. So what's really going on? Why did Trump make such a bold move involving South Africa? And what does it mean for the rest of the world?
Trump's proposals have also sparked reactions on social media. Some South African users have labeled Trump's ideas as lame, and some are calling them funny and ridiculous.
Trump's behavior is astonishing to the world. How he first cut off all U.S. foreign aid to South Africa, threatening even more economic pressure, openly accusing the South African government of discrimination, claiming their land expropriation, policies target, and then this unexpected decision of resettling. What's cooking behind the door has puzzled the people in South Africa.
While for some other South Africans, Trump's odd proposals are straight out of a fantasy or illusion.
The public is concerned. Why does Trump suddenly make South Africa a top priority? A lot has been simmering out of the story, and this new update is insanely shocking to know.
Either an illusion or a fantasy on Trump to obviously gain more momentum.
But here is the question. What could have irked Trump so much? Is it because of the controversial law that South Africa passed on land expropriation that allows the government to seize land without compensation? Although the South African government made it clear that it only applies to unused land or property that is not serving the public interest. But he's calling the law racist, saying it unfairly targets white farmers who have cultivated these lands for generations. To be honest, this isn't a new issue that Afrikaner farmers have been under attack. For years, there have been reports of targeted attacks that went unnoticed until they came to broad light under Trump's administration. And it seems that a lot is going on, and the reason for this barging has just been disclosed.
You see with Trump, there's a lot of things when it comes to Trump. I feel like Trump is just trying to scare people. I think he wants power.
This issue has already gained severe public outrage. For the public, there's nothing but fear. Because Trump isn't just giving farmers an escape route, he's putting South Africa's leadership on notice. If they push back too hard, he has another weapon up his sleeve, and that is targeted U.S. sanctions. So, the biggest fear here might be the sanctions under the Magnitsky Act. This is a powerful U.S. law that targets foreign officials accused of human rights abuses. And if Trump decides to use it, certain South African leaders could find themselves personally sanctioned, leading bank accounts frozen, assets seized, and international travel restricted. And that would be a game changer. So, right after this unexpected decision of resettlement has been made, you might be thinking that Trump is concerned for the poor Afrikaners and the white people calling must be lining up at the U.S. Embassy. Well, not exactly, because the reality is something else. There have been rumors surrounding that this decision has not been made alone, and there is a powerful force behind this.
Elon Musk, who has for years slammed the Ramaphosa government over land reforms and even claimed that they have been a victim of genocide without any evidence.
It's quite clear that this issue is not all about Trump and his power. It's certainly not. There is another hook in the story, and that's Elon Musk. This is the part that nobody saw coming. But when you connect the dots, it all makes perfect sense. See, Musk has his own battle with the South African government in terms of empathy for having a genocide government, but majorly in terms of business. His company, Starlink, has been blocked from operating in the country. The government says it's because of licensing regulations, but it seems like Musk has not taken this lightly since South Africa is his birthplace. He took to his X platform and showed sheer disappointment, claiming that Starlink was rejected because he's not black. Where South African officials were quick to deny this, saying it has nothing to do with race, but Musk doubled down to accuse the government of running a racial quota system that punishes successful businesses unless they meet politically motivated diversity requirements. If you closely see the whole scenario, you will notice that just days later, Trump signed this executive order of resettling Afrikaners. This seems to be not just a coincidence, but a conspiracy against South Africa. According to sources, Trump and Musk see this issue as a mutual concern, and both of them made it clear that they want resettlement. And Trump isn't someone to be known for doing things out of pure goodwill. Every decision he makes has a strategic angle, and in this case, it's all about leverage.
I feel like Elon Musk is pushing him behind to say there's something there, go look at it. Because why all of a sudden interest in SA after all these years?
Trump siding with Musk isn't just a political jab at South Africa, it's a calculated economic move. By backing Musk's resistance against South Africa's business regulations, Trump isn't just standing up for one of his most influential billionaire allies. He's also setting the stage for economic leverage. If South Africa gives in, Musk gets what he wants, reinforcing his power. But if South Africa refuses to budge, Trump has the perfect excuse to escalate economic pressure, possibly through sanctions, trade, restrictions, or other financial maneuvers. Either way, he controls the narrative and keeps Musk in his corner. But that's just the beginning. Trump is also reconsidering the Africa Growth Opportunity Act, a trade agreement between the U.S. and several African nations, including South Africa. If he decides to scrap or renegotiate it, South Africa's economy could face severe consequences. AGOA gives African countries preferential access to U.S. markets, fueling billions in trade. Removing or altering it could cripple industries reliant on exports to the U.S., leading to job losses, currency instability, and reduced investor confidence. Meanwhile, the reaction from Afrikaners has turned this situation into an unexpected win-win for Trump and Musk. Reports suggest that within hours of Musk's comments, interest in emigration surged, with so many inquiries flooding the system that the portal crashed. This unexpected frenzy underscores the deep divisions within South Africa and plays right into Trump's narrative, presenting South Africa as unstable and justifying tougher policies. Whether intentional or not, Trump and Musk have managed to stir up enough chaos to keep South Africa on the defensive, while also boosting Musk's own interests. This situation isn't just about business. It's about power, influence, and reshaping global economic ties.
February 8th, I had 7,500 emails in my mailbox, over 2,500 texts, WhatsApps, and Facebook messengers, and basically our mail server crashed.
A large number of people are seriously considering making the move. The South African Chamber of Commerce in the USA, SACUSA, revealed that within just 18 hours of the announcement, they were flooded with over 10,000 inquiries from individuals eager to learn more about the resettlement program. That's an astonishing level of interest in such a short time. But it didn't stop there. As word spread, even more people began exploring the possibility of relocating. According to the latest reports, the number of Afrikaners who have formally registered their interest in the program has skyrocketed to nearly 70,000. That's a massive jump, reflecting just how many people are looking for a fresh start elsewhere. The surge in interest suggests that this isn't just idle curiosity. Many are actively seeking information, weighing their options, and seriously considering what life could look like in a new country.
When the executive order was signed by President Trump, it immediately spread like a wildfire.
Neil Diamond, president of SACUSA, highlighted that the majority of these inquiries come from younger South Africans, predominantly aged between 25 and 45, many with families. This demographic shift underscores a growing concern among Afrikaners about their future in South Africa, prompting them to consider resettlement options in the United States. And it is yet to see how the government and South African farmers actually take Trump's offer. Will they start moving to the U.S., or will they push for diplomatic intervention instead? Will the South African government fight back by cutting ties with the U.S., or will they be forced to soften their stance? In this scenario, one thing is certain. This story has still more developments to be made. And what about Musk? Is this just the beginning of his fight to push his influence back into his home country, or just sympathy for Afrikaners? Whatever the reason, this decision of Trump is shaking up global politics, making South African leaders nervous and putting the US-South Africa relationship in serious danger. This play isn't just about farmers. This is about power, politics, and a storm that's only just beginning. So, if you want to know more on this, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.